In this video we're going to look at Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem works in right angle triangles only. So first of all, check that your triangle has a right angle. The next thing we need to look for is labeling the sides of this triangle. So in this particular one I've called this side A, side B and side C. A and B must be the shorter sides of the triangle. Side C must correspond to the longest side in the triangle, otherwise known as the hypotenuse. Now this side can be identified because it is always opposite the right angle, and the right angle always points towards this. So let's have a look at Pythagoras. Pythagoras theorem states that a squared plus b squared equals c squared. The short side squared plus the other short side squared equals the longest side squared. Let's look at some examples. So in this example, my two short sides are 3 and 4, and I'm trying to find the longest side. So Pythagoras says the short side squared plus the other short side squared equals the longest side squared. So we're going to square the 3, we're going to square the 4, and we're going to work out what that is. So 3 squared is 9, 4 squared is 16, and the sum of those is 25. Be careful at this stage. There's a mistake that you can make here by thinking that 25 is your final answer. It's not. Remember, it's the square of the longest side. So we need to square root 25 to arrive at my final answer, which in this case is 5 centimeters. This is a slightly more complicated example. Again, identify your two short sides, 7 and 5. 7 squared plus 5 squared, 7 squared is 49, 5 squared is 25, add the two together and you get 74. The square root of 74 equals, and we're going to go to one decimal place here, 8.6 centimeters, and underline final answer. Here are some questions for you to have a go at yourselves. Pause the clip here. When you're ready for some answers, hit play. Okay, so in this particular example, again we're finding the longest side, so I'm going to go 5 squared plus 12 squared. 5 squared plus 12 squared is 169. The square root of 169 is 13 centimeters. In the second example, be careful because your units have changed. Here we're dealing with meters. So in the second example, 7 squared plus 10 squared. 7 squared is 49, 10 squared is 100, add them together you get 149. Square root this for your final answer, 12.2 meters. In this example, take care, this side isn't labelled, but it's an isosceles triangle, and I can tell that because of these two lines here, meaning the sides are the same size. So this side is 7 centimeters. So 7 squared plus 7 squared. 7 squared is 49, plus another 7 squared gives me 98. Square root 98, 9.9 centimeters. And in the final example, we've got some non-integer side lengths. (13.5 squared plus 9.8 squared gives me 278.29. I need to square root this to arrive at a final answer of 16.7 centimeters. This example is slightly more difficult. In this one, we are actually told the longest side is 10 centimeters, so we need to do a slightly different sum for this one. We're going to work out the longest side squared, subtract the smaller side that we know squared. This is going to give us whatever the remaining short side is. 100 take away 64 equals 36, and like in our previous examples we do the square root of 36, which is 6 centimeters. In this example, take care not to be confused that the hypotenuse is always the diagonal length. It's not. In this case, the right angle points towards the hypotenuse, which is sat on the base. So in this case, the hypotenuse, the longest side, is 50. We square this and subtract the square of the other short side to give us 1411. Again, we need to square root this, which gives me a final answer of 37.6 centimetres. Here are some questions for you to have a go at yourselves. Pause the clip here. When you're ready for some answers, hit play. Okay, in this example we're finding a hypotenuse, so it's exactly like the first ones we did. We're going to do 10 squared plus 24 squared, which is 100 plus 576. Square root of 676 gives me a solution, 26 centimetres. In this one, we're finding a short side, so we're going to do 15 squared minus 9 squared, which is 225 minus 81, which is equal to 144, and we're after the square root of 144, which is 12 metres. Again, take care with your units because we've changed to metres there. In this example, we're after a short side, so I'm going to take the longest side, 20, square it, and subtract the short side we know squared, which gives me 400 minus 324, which equals 76, and the square root of 76 equals 8.7 centimetres. In this example, we are actually finding the longest side again. Remember that the right angle points towards the hypotenuse, so we're doing 6 squared plus 4 squared, which is 36 plus 16, which equals 52. The square root of 52 equals 7.2 centimetres. Thanks for watching.